So I'm going to go into the career. Now, while this is the 458 Italia again, this lighting is the same lighting you're going to get on any car in the game. So you're seeing just kind of the way the game has evolved in its look in general. I mean, this is the career. So in Forza 3, we had a career mode where you went through an event calendar, and there was different days on the event, and you'd go choose which events you wanted to do. In Forza Motorsport 4, we've incorporated a new feature that's called the World Tour mode. On World Tour mode, we take you from venue to venue to venue and give you, again, a choice of different options of what kind of race, but the choices have gotten a lot more diverse. So not only do we have race against 8 players, we have race against 12 players. We also have races that are against an unlimited number of guys that are going really slow as you go passing through them. We have autocross, we have drift, we have a lot of different types of challenges, several we're not announcing yet, that go through the entire game. And the goal was to really add a level of variety to the career. Now you still have a choice that's based on the car that you have. So I'm in a 458 Italia, and even though that I'm in the first level of career, I'm actually getting S-Class races because that's the car I'm in. So the career evolves to fit your garage. And in Forza 4, if you are a Forza 3 player, your garage is different because we import information from Forza 3 to rebuild a very powerful Forza 4 garage for you. Now it's not a straight import, it's not like we take everything you had in Forza 3 and put it in Forza 4, but you end up with some amazing cars and a really good garage. Plus you can import your vinyl groups for painting, and then based on other aspects of how you played Forza 3, we're going to gift you things from the community. So I'm going to go into one of these races. I'm only going to do about, maybe a quarter lap, something like that, but it'll give you a chance to see how the new image-based lighting system has been incorporated onto the track itself. Now the track we're going to is the Bernese Alps. This is a new original track that we designed, and it's meant to bring together a lot of the great driving roads that we went and saw when we went on location in Switzerland and in France to see the Alps. But more than anything, it really shows off the new graphical capabilities of our engine. Image-based lighting does amazing things with these high contrast scenes that usually actually wreak havoc on your lighting system. But since the car just inherits the lighting from the world, it just looks perfectly seated in the environment. It's not just the reflections, it's the bounce light. It's the light coming off the concrete, it's the light coming off the snow. This also gives us great draw distances, vistas, high detail in some of the glaciers you can see there, as well as in the buildings. So in this race, I'm racing against 8 players, but because we now support 12 players, 16 players, we're actually able to choose the number of guys in an event against you based on what we thought was right for the event, not based on how many we could do. So some events have more, some have less. It's not really a deal anymore. It doesn't really matter. It comes down to what we're trying to do. Now let the AI take over, go to cockpit view. We've redone the cockpit view. A lot of the shaders we learned about by building Auto Vista mode made their way into their in-game cockpit view. The way the high contrast lighting is moving across the interior, that's some of the image-based lighting. Just the way the cockpit generally looks. There's a new FOV, and we've pulled the camera back, so you're seeing more of the cockpit, more of the rear view mirror. So we're really trying to make this cockpit view a lot more engaging for most players. And you can see the environment is just a new level for us. And I'm going to cheat to win. Not available in the final version. Now it's going to go to a new location. I'll move through this one very quickly as well so we can get into community. Now this event is a track day, and in a track day you're trying to pass as many cars as you possibly can in the one lap that you have. Now my best so far here is passing 19 cars. The target I think is 12 cars right now in this demo. But as you'll see, there's really an unlimited number of cars. But what I really want to show off here is some of the changes we've made to the AI. The passing car things is cool and you'll see that, but most racing games, when you play them, if you actually park on the driving line of the AI, they smash into you. And it's a very hard thing to get the AI to look far enough ahead that they will react in time when it's going 150 miles an hour. I mean, I'm not actually saying anybody's doing something wrong. It's actually a very hard problem. Forza's AI has always been based on drive-avatar technology, and that's given us some unique opportunities and some unique challenges. We actually have to train the AI to drive better. So we have to expose them to new situations, and then based on how they perform, tell them do that more or do that less. So in this mode in particular, with having the AI take over, you're going to be able to see how the AI deals with slow-moving traffic. Again, one of those very difficult things for AI to find out how to drive correctly. And you know, he's probably going to hit a guy here or there maybe, but he's clearly aware of where the other cars are. He's trying to avoid them. He'll slow down, use the power, the difference in that his car is far more powerful than these cars to actually make the pass. So we're already up to 5 cars. You can see there's several cars up in the distance, and they start to bunch up in some of the hard corners, and so you get some very complex passing situations where there'll be 3 of these really slow cars next to each other. There you go. So where this really pays off when you think about like the Nürburgring, where there's just lap after, or corner after corner, and you can just put all of these AI in your way, it becomes a whole different way of playing the game. And it adds a ton of diversity to your career. So I just hit a player level, and in Forza Motorsport 3, when you hit a player level, you get a gift car. In Forza 4, you get an option of gift cars, and it just gives you more choice. And then based on the cars that go in your garage, obviously, the events that you're offered to race in the career change. So in result, your career, my career, should be totally different based on the choices that we make. The other cool thing here is that we know we're going to do a ton of DLC. We did it in Forza Motorsport 3, we're going to do it again. The DLC actually is going to automatically show up here as well. So if we do a new downloadable content car that fits in this kind of level of car, it will show up as an option if you were playing through the career after you bought the DLC. So I'm not going to do the 3rd race in this series, but I'll tell you what's going to basically happen. We go to Suzuka, and in Suzuka there's a championship race. This is a multi-heat race, so in the first heat you race against your group of opponents, and that's around noon, and then with very little loading we have you go up against another group of opponents, and now it's at dusk. So you see a different time of day, and you see a nice lighting condition, and that's really where this image-based lighting pays off. We can actually swap out the time of day, and the car just inherits this beautiful warm light from a dusk type lighting situation.